Hi everyone, this is the movie for Excel Chapter 3, Pause and Practice number 3. So Pause and Practice 3-3. I have the Pause and Practice instructions over here on the right, and I have our file that we've been working on and that we ended with our Pause and Practice 3-2. So I'm just going to start right here, create a pie chart for total sales revenue. So we're going to select Cass Lake. Select A5 through A8, press and hold my command key, and come over to H5 and H8. So using the command key lets me do non-adjacent cells. So we're going to insert in the charts. We're going to look at this one that's the insert pie or donut, and we're going to do a 3D pie. Then we're going to move that to its own sheet, and the sheet is going to be called 3D pie. Okay, so now it's in its own sheet. Oh, I called it wrong, sorry. Let's rename that. It's supposed to be pie chart. So pie chart when you get to that. I got messed up here. So we moved it, called it pie chart. All right, so now we're going to format. So we're going to select the pie chart tab. We're going to click on the chart title and then triple click. And we're going to type in second and third quarters, enter, sources of revenue. Click out of it, and then we're going to select back in it and select the first line of text. We're going to make it 24 points. We're going to select the second line of text and make it 18 points. Okay. Select out of it and it will deselect the title. All right, double click the pie to open the Format Data Series pane. So we have our Format Data Series. Click the Room and Cabin Rentals, which is this big blue one. Notice that this handles are just around the blue. We're going to explode the pie 10%. So it's pulling it out away from the rest of the pie. Close the pane. Select the legend at the bottom. Oops, sorry. Select it. And we're going to make it 14 points. Make it a little bigger. Click off of it. And we're good. So I'm just going to do a save. We're going to go back to Cass Lake and we're going to do a combo chart. So a combo chart shows two different values against two different y values. So they're not of the same scale. So let's go ahead in Cass Lake. We're going to select A4 through G5. A4 through G5, press and hold your command key and do A9 through G9. So we're going to do room and cabin rentals and total. And so what that's going to tell me is it's going to give me a picture of how much of the total revenue, how much are we is room and cabin rental. Okay. So we're going to do insert. And we're going to look for the combo chart. So let's see. I'm going to come up here to insert chart. And let's see if I can find a combo. I am not seeing a combo chart. All right, hold on one second, guys. Okay, guys, to make a combo chart in a Mac, you have to do a couple extra steps, but it begins the same way. We're going to select this, and we're going to build, since we have these blue bars, we're going to begin by building a clustered column. You have to use a two-dimensional chart. You can't do a 3D chart. So we're going to do a clustered column, okay, and we're going to move it to a new sheet so we can have a bigger space here. So let's move it to combo chart. Okay, so now it's on its own. So now what we need to do is we want to take these orange lines, okay, and modify the change it and make a secondary axis, okay. So we're going to select the orange. We're going to, let's see, select data. Let's see, that's not it. Hold on. Select it. Change chart type. And we're going to make it a line. So now it's made it a line, but it's still using the same axis there, and we want it to have a different, because see how it's floating up there? We want it to really see the impact across this. So double click on this. It'll bring up your format data series. So we want to do a secondary axis, and then I just want to check, so that goes up to 250,000. So let's see what this one looks like. Let's see if I can see what that, well, it'll be fine, because that'll be fine. So it picked, let me go back to this being large. So now the line is on, because the Reuben cabin rental goes up to 100,000. But the line, which is the total revenue, it goes up to 250. Okay, so you can analyze how much of the room and cabin is of the total. Okay, so there's a few extra steps on there. Okay, let's go ahead and do a save. Okay, so we're going to do the chart title. So select it, 1, 2, 3. We're going to call this one second and third quarters. Enter comparison of rentals and total revenue. Click off of it. We can close this up. Style 6. So quick style. That one. It's got that black background. And then I think we're good for that. So let's go ahead and save it. Okay, so the next is the sunburst chart. So the sunburst is not available in the Mac version of Excel. That is not a chart type that we can do. Not there. So just skip those steps. But let's try and do our spark lines. So let's go back to Cass Lake. We're going to come up here to H, not the cell, but the letter H. Right click and insert a column. Okay. That's where our spark lines are going to be. Okay, so select the cell range B5 through G8. That's what we're going to chart. We want to insert spark lines. Oh, and I forget, is it a column or is it a column spark lines? H5 through H8. Okay, so we're going to insert spark lines, column. So it picks the range that we're going to put the chart, that we're actually going to chart. But now what we want to do is, where is it going to be charted? So that's H5 through H8. And there we have our little spark lines. So H5 through H8. So now what we need to do is format this. So we're going to make sure we have it selected. And format, let's make it green accent 6, darker 25. So we have green boxes. Home. Change the row height. So we're going to go here. Nope. Yeah, here. Format. Row height. We're going to make it 40. Okay, so they're bigger. And then we're going to select H and do format column 16. So it's a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm going to make this large now. So now we have, within each area, we see how excursions going up, down, up, right? So you can actually see and compare visually the income across. So I'm going to save it. We're done. So you can't do the sunburst. And the combo chart, you have to do those extra steps, right? So you have to select the line and change you have to change the chart type to number, or I'm sorry, line, and then you have to add that secondary axis. All right, so we're going to save it, and that is the end of this chapter, and that's the end of Excel. All right, guys, thank you.